Hello and welcome back to my GTNH playthrough. Here today with my August 14th update. Basically, all my progress today was entirely in this silo. I don't believe I did anything outside of here, infrastructure wise, or anything like that. I did have to correct one minor issue, which is why I don't have this done, which was outside of here, which I guess I'll briefly touch on real quick. As you can see, actually an Enderman being spawned right now, it shows that I had a problem. So, a while ago, I had crafted like just a little bit of liquid or molten glass trying to figure out or trying to make a recipe, and it like disappeared. I couldn't figure out where it went. Turns out it had gone back here into this chest, which I didn't realize that was a thing. So now I'm gonna have to go through and change all my storage buses like this to be extract only, since this is like a output thing. And so it basically jammed up this production or system, and I ended up running out of CBD again, which I thought I had been past this problem. Everything was full. Actually, you can even see I have 7 chests, or not chests, but 7 super tanks full of it, just because these are going to be what I exchange out for. Normally I'll have 4 here, but my goal is to have 4 ore mining plants going at a time, and I just was pre-filling these, and then I'll have them to be able to swap them as I move the plants, etc. But that's a future project. That was just me not having wanting to wait on in the future. But anyways, I ran out of CBD, which then ended up making me some of my crafting that I was waiting on get paused, and I wasn't quite able to get everything I wanted to do before I did this update video for today, but that's okay. Still got most of it done, and then at this point I'm just waiting for a couple things to craft. Which, curiosity, is my energy hatch crafted now? No. But it should be. 4 amp dynamo. Cable to. Hi. Oh, wait, they did craft. I'm just blind. Okay. Anyways, so what I did today, so you can see in here, yesterday we left off, that room was blank. As I got the reactors thrown down, did the whole setup. This is, you can see my, uh, what's it called, my coolant cell layout versus my quad fuel rod layout. I'm using uranium at the moment because I have Mach set up, but it's just too much power, so I have that coming out. You can see I have this little bend in the wire. So my plan is to put warded glass around all of this at some point. Or, well, once I actually get into magic, which is the next thing. As soon as I finish this little side project, that's what we're doing. But I want to get this set up. So this is all set up now. These, when they turn on in this current setup, output 36,000 EU per tick on each one, which is enough, or this doesn't burn up this 4 amp LUV wire. And then these guys feed down into 2 transformers, into the Lapotron battery. This vacuum freezer is exclusively for the coolant cells for this setup. The whole reason I did this over here, even though I haven't set up for these though, is because these guys are going to feed my passive EBFs down here. I'm not going to bother to upgrade these coils until I craft HSSG coils, and then I think I'm just going to like alternate climb my coils up. So I do want to do one more set off of this power that'll be my actual like auto crafting set, and move those out of the tower and off of CBD, because those are usually, when I have fuel issues, are the main cause of the problem. But right now, basically what I was also waiting on to craft is more batteries, because I want all these to have battery buffers and batteries before their energy hatches. I'm going to run all of them at IV, because we'll have more than enough power to run 8 of these at IV all the time. So down here, these guys will be running, or, auto crafting my steel, stainless, titanium, tantalum, and then the new to the fold will be tungsten steel, and then a few others that I'm usually waiting on. Like I'm thinking black steel, neodymium, just little things like that. Haven't quite entirely decided how I'm gonna do all of that. I know I'm gonna do some stuff with some level emitters, but I'm gonna have to be clever because the way I'm currently gonna pull it in is it's all gonna come out of this interface, pull down into their respective EBFs with the filter. Then once they kick out of said EBF, they'll either go back into this guy over here, and I have it set with an ingot filter so that I'm not accidentally exporting any hot ingots here. And then all the hot ingots will come down to here, and they'll have their own vacuum freezer. And then I'll pull all the hot ingots from the auto crafting off the main network as well, which will be nice because that sometimes does end up impacting auto crafting as well and slowing that down. But once I get all these hooked up, which I'm basically right there, I haven't hooked up the ender conduit to the bottom of this, but that won't take very long. I basically just need to run the wires, and set up the I don't know if I'm debating on if I should just run superconductor 16 amp EV wire out of here, or if I should just transform up and retransfer down. Probably, I don't know. I think I'm leaning towards the superconductor wire, and then I won't have to worry about any loss, and I should be good on all these. I think I will do like tungsten on one of these, tungsten steel, and then all the big ones that are kind of spread out, so that way, like one, or like I should say, now I'm thinking about it. Maybe I'll do the 16 amp down to just, I have 4 output hatches. I could obviously do more out of the battery, like 4, do a run directly to here, do a run directly to here, and then one run that should cover all these, because these are like small or not as power consuming ingots, and the system will stay, these will stay caught up with like my steel dust and stuff. But that is basically everything I've done today. Like I said, I'm trying to scratch my brain. I didn't get too much time in today. I spent a lot of time up in this top area deciding how I wanted to lay out this little control circuit. Some little changes I did from that video that I keep calling out. If you type in GTNH vacuum nukes, it'll bring it up. One major one, like in his setup, he has a NOT gate right here and then a lever. So basically, if the lever's on, it makes it so the system can't run. I just removed the NOT gate, and this is an antenna here because I like having the light switch over here, but this is basically this lever. But for me personally, I'd rather have it be, I need the lever turned to the on position for the system to run, versus if for some reason this lever breaks, like if I break this system can't run. It's just off. And I feel like that's just safer. But that's my personal, you could do it either way. If you want it to be the opposite, you just throw a NOT gate here instead, and then you can still do the lever, etc. If you want it to be, you can even do like 2 NOT gates, and I don't know. But I basically just changed the layout a little bit to have it lay how I like. This part's all identical because you need it to be the right number of ticks. The other things I changed, so this is the connection to the main network to import some uranium and export the depleted rods. And then the other change I did was I didn't bother with any of the wireless this time because I just did hard connections over. No need to waste the power on wireless in this room, because the other wireless would go here to the vacuum nuke, but instead I'm just running the cord down, and I just used color where I could see, just to keep these guys like clear of what I was doing while I was setting up and didn't confuse myself or anything. But yeah, so that was that for the day. I hope everybody has a good night, and I will see you tomorrow. Goodbye.